Hey, it's Thursday. This is your closet case, and I'm Renita. Let's get anyway. So this week we're talking about gender stereotypes. I think we can all basically agree that gender stereotypes suck. In the end, you've got this is what a girl does, this is what a boy does, and there shall two meet. And we can all agree that that's kind of poo-poo. Right? Totally. But what's interesting is when you step back from that and you look into whatever community you're actually in and you find out how these stereotypes actually affect the world around you. For example, I'm going to speak about the POC, which is people of color, persons of color, for those of you who don't know, queer community, specifically the lesbian community. Because I'm kind of a part of that, That's another story for another day, but we'll just keep going. So, like I said, I spent a lot of time around that community, and what I've noticed, what I've picked up on, is that even though it's a community full of women who are in their everyday lives, outside of their relationships, bucking stereotypes, they're doing things that people said women can't do. They're doing things that, just aren't what women usually do. But in their relationships, from what I've observed, those stereotypes still take effect and they still have hold. You have this stud femme dynamic, where the stud takes on all the man responsibilities, at least from an outsider standpoint, where they are strong and in control and powerful, and they are the breadwinners, and they provide and they take care of things, and they own the house and they pay the bills. They're the stereotypical man role. And on the flip side of that, you have the femme dynamic, where you've got this really soft and demure female who likes to be taken care of, who doesn't want to be in control or to have to work or to, that kind of thing. And it's fascinating to watch because this is already an atypical relationship and you think that those things would fall by the wayside, but they hold steadfast and true. And it's crazy. But what kind of sucks is that if you don't fall into those stereotypical gender roles and you don't portray a stereotypical side of that, you're kind of lost in this amorphic bubble of exclusion. So that's one way, in my humble opinion, and I don't speak for everyone and I am not the voice on this, but that's one way that gender stereotypes being played out excludes the other. Because I would like to consider myself an other. I don't dress one way or the other. I'm kind of in the middle. I dress like a tomboy. Some days more girly, some days less girly. It just depends on my mood. So when you're in that kind of community, you kind of get excluded, you get pushed back, you get taken out of the equation because you don't fit into these boxes. And that's the danger of stereotypes. Because if you have a stereotype and that's what you live by, and those are the cornerstones of your life, when someone comes along who doesn't quite, their shape is not a square, say it's more of a star or a circle or an oblong, an ellipse. I could keep going, but I won't. Say they're that shape and they come and they try to fit into your nice, neat world, they're not going to. So then what you have is people who feel excluded, people who feel left out, outcast, that kind of thing. It doesn't support a community of inclusion, it supports a community of exclusion. Stereotypes, they're bad. Again, we knew that, but that's just one example that I've noticed in my life. And again, I'm not saying that this is the way that things are. It's just what I've observed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm so sorry I missed you guys last week. I will just say that I had a brain fart of epic proportions. We shall call it the brain fart situation of 2014. Hopefully it does never happen again. So it's been a pleasure, guys. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.